Good afternoon, everyone.
And welcome to WRXXY on Tour Recap number 1.
What's the date?
The 6th, 7th.
Today is Thursday, 7th of October.
7th of October.
In the afternoon. We are home, back in my bedroom.
Wow.
Fortunately.
We've been home for
a long time.
Nearly a month already. Month tomorrow, I think.
It's crazy. Really, a month.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that makes
We
sense.
go home on a Friday night. I think it's a month tomorrow. Woo! Feels pretty
Looks like it's gone fast.
Oh man, really fast for me anyway. I can't really talk for Jade obviously, but I think I got into work a bit quicker than I wanted and expected, but I don't mind. It's kept me going and busy and getting into the swing of things. We've had some events that have been amazing already. We got Rexy serviced 2 days ago, so that was good. She needed that, and yeah, it just means that we are getting some things done that we wanted to get done when we got back. But then also, yeah, the month has seemed gone quick, but it has also been a month, so it's like, oh jeez, it's a month. Honey?
Yeah, agreed. We, like Jake said, we have done a few events. We took Lila and Laura camping. We had Lila and Laura's birthday, JK's birthday, Brianna's birthday. Jake went on the Bucks party weekend for the wedding that we're going to next weekend. Bree still hasn't had her baby, but she's 39 weeks now, so she's very close, whereas our best friend Nicholas had his baby 6 weeks early. Baby girl Aubrey was born about a bit under 2 weeks ago now. She's very preemie and she's just gone home. She's so little.
We haven't seen her yet. Maybe we might go to try and see her this afternoon, maybe.
I asked him today and he said that they're not up for visitors yet.
Oh, well then. There goes that idea. Even though they had visitors at the hospital, I guess it's different.
Settling in and stuff,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, this video is long overdue. We've been trying to do it for ages and we should be looking at the camera and not ourselves. Yeah, we've been trying to do it for ages, but just, like we said, we're busy. So we're just going to...
We didn't want to do it hungover or really tired or not into it, so we wanted to have a good time together. Well, we felt up for it, and yeah, I guess today's the day, finally.
Today is the day.
And I guess it's sort of good about a month. Nice little monthly recap. And I did say not one, because we might do more of these, who knows, if we really would feel like it, or...
WRXXY 2 recap now.
And, I know personally for me, I feel like we haven't really talked about it much with people, and I think that's sort of telling me that it was very much a personal trip, and it's more about what me and Jade did and experienced and what we can really share with people, which I don't think is our fault or their fault. It's just, I guess, it's a hard trip to really describe unless people really ask us certain questions. And
also, I think we haven't really felt like bragging, especially in today's climate where,
yeah,
like while we were away, a lot of people had a lot of lockdowns and just there's so much crap in the world at the moment that we've been so lucky to do what we've done, but that doesn't mean we have to go on and on about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely a personal journey, which was awesome.
So I guess this chat will be a lot about it for me and Jade that we haven't done much of. Maybe more videos. Jade started some vlogs, and I'm guessing when people watch those vlogs or we get them out there, we might get more to talk about it. And just like at random times, I do get thoughts or conversations happen, and I'm like, I have some sort of experience with something, like because I've explored it or I ventured somewhere or I saw something, and that's pretty cool so far. It's happened a few times just randomly, which is really great.
As my dad likes to say, travel is the #1 where you can educate yourself, or whatever he says, something about being able to travel, and you always learn something, you're always learning on the road, and you're always growing as a person, and that's what we've been able to do. So whenever we can actually contribute to conversations that we might not have been able to contribute to before we went on the trip. Is that what you meant?
Maybe. I don't know what you just said, but yes, maybe.
What do you mean don't know what I just said?
Yes.
Anyway, I have a bunch of lists and questions and stuff that we can go through to recap for ourselves, but also to help anyone that's gonna want to do a road trip around Northern Australia or just road trip in general, and how the best ways that you might be able to do that. Jake said that he wanted to quiz me or something. He had a quiz for me.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll start with that.
Start with that.
Yeah, I think
We'll start with the basic stats, maybe.
Okay. I thought they might be part of the quiz, so I didn't want to. They're not?
No.
Okay. Basic stats. So, obviously, if you are watching this, you might have already watched all of our WRXXY on Tour vlogs, because this one will be after that. Which means you probably do know everywhere we've already been, but just to sum it all up, how many kilometres did we travel, honey?
I don't know. I don't have it written down. But it was
I
about
do.
21,557.
21,717 kilometres.
Damn. Bit off.
Yeah, 21,000 kilometres that we travelled from starting from Brisbane or Ipswich all the way up the Queensland eastern coast, across the north coast into Northern Territory, down Northern Territory, back up, back down, and then back into Queensland and home. So it's pretty bloody awesome. And those kilometres don't include any kilometres that we might have been on a plane, been on a boat, been on a train. That's literally just how many kilometres WRXXY drove throughout our trip, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we've travelled 21,000+ kilometres. So why don't you quiz me on the stuff, something that we did during this
Okay,
trip?
so it's not really a quiz, like question answer. It's more, I just want to bring up something, a place, and I guess check Jade's memory and see what she can think. I'm probably going to say a few places, and I just want a word reaction or something that we did there, or what she remembers about that place, which would be pretty cool, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so you ready?
Mhm.
Let's start with Gladstone. What did we do in Gladstone, honey? Where is Gladstone?
Where is Gladstone? That's a good question. Obviously, it is on the east coast of Queensland. Yes.
Yeah.
Above Bundaberg.
Yeah.
But that's about all I got.
We had a free night outside of it, and then we went there on a day trip and we explored the little town. The main thing I always will remember about Gladstone is a little skate we did there. We had a really nice park there and we skated around it.
Beer.
We got beer there too, but the park that I really remember was like made out of like metal and machinery stuff. And they had like a few old boats on their port near the park, and they had them as models there. So yeah, I definitely remember that about Gladstone. I think it was after our first free night we stayed
Cabra pub.
Oh, no, that's Rockhampton.
Oh.
We stayed at a river, and Kalepo River free night, and it was pretty
Calliope
nice
River.
to stay. And then we went to Gladstone the day after. Yeah.
That's right. So it's near Rockhampton.
Yeah, it's in between. Do you remember?
I failed that Gladstone one just badly. Which you knew I would.
No, I didn't. You could have surprised me. You didn't. Do you remember anything or where the Lion's Den Hotel was?
Lion's Den? No, I don't remember where that was. Is it a pub?
Yeah, hotel. I said hotel. Lion's Den Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we got to go to the Lion's Den Hotel, which is actually technically on a four drive track, but we sort of turned around and made it there because I heard about it, and it was a pretty cool pub in Queensland, just above Cairns, Port Douglas, in between there. No, more Cooktown. Cooktown, Port Douglas, yeah. Sorry.
That's after.
And it was probably the first pub we went to that was really decked out and weird stuff, like just weird, like written all over the walls, bras, just IDs, just weird stuff. But yeah, it was really cool to go there. We had a Too's new stubby each, and yeah, we wrote WRXXY tour somewhere in that pub. I definitely remember that.
Out near the toilets.
And yeah, and then we drove as far as we could really until it got really rocky and stuff. And we went to a really beautiful Aboriginal community there called Wudju Wudju, and we saw a waterfall there, which was really beautiful. And yeah. So there's Jade. Okay. Let's try. Maybe we'll go somewhere a bit more recent. Let's see if she remembers anything. Okay, honey. Where was Jeddah's Rock Lookout?
Jedda's Rock. Litchfield?
Bum bum.
Jedda's Rock, look out. Don't know.
Okay, this is going horrible, and this is sort of proving why she just does vlogs.
Yeah.
Jedda's Rock Lookout was at Catherine Gorge, and it was amazing. It was probably the third lookout we went to on this walk, and we got there, and there was lots of kids there. But we just waited until they moved off, and then it was just breathtaking. It was probably the best lookout there of looking over the gorge and the water and just the rocks and that. So yeah, it was really great. And this was before Jade let the hot and less water and emotions get to of this walk, so it was still a good time on this walk. But yes, it was definitely...
That should have been the end of the walk.
Yes.
After that, all you're doing is walking back, and that walk back takes far too long.
What big thing did we see near Bruegel?
Which big thing? The boxing crocodile.
Whoa! She got one right, guys. Yes. In Humpty Doo, there's a big boxing kangaroo. I mean crocodile. I'm not really. I just said that a lot of times on the day there, but it was pretty cool and weird and wonderful. Jadie, what was the name of the last and first pub of the Northern Territory?
Was this the one with the Forex can?
Yep.
We Skyped family while we were there.
Yep. Here we go. She got some memories. Not bad.
We went to a lot of pubs, okay?
Well, we only went to one, the first and last pub of Northern Territory.
That's what it was called. The first and last pub. of
Obviously, it
Northern
wasn't called
Territory.
that. Obviously, it had a name, where
Pretty
the town
sure it
was, and the pub was.
Pretty sure that's what it was called.
Whatever.
Okay. It's the end of that segment, and this is evidence of my very, very poor memory, but it's fine. We did a lot, and again, that's why I took lots of videos, and while we're doing this sum up video. Okay, so now we're going to list off some of our favourite different things. Like I said, if you've watched the videos, you'll not have seen our whole trip anyway, but these are our absolute favourites that we've looked back on since we've been back. And we're going to start with our 5 favourite places that we've been to.
And of course, this is probably one of the most questions that I have got since we've been back, is your favourite place that you went. So yeah, it's a good question. Unfortunately, it's hard also to get into detail about these places or get into discussions, because it's, unfortunately, I think, not unfortunately, just it is what it is. My answers are probably a bit cliche. And our top two...
They're cliche for a reason.
Top 2 places are the Great Barrier Reef and Uluru. And yes, they are cliche, but when you go there and experience and immerse yourself into it, it's pretty hard to, not say they were your favourite places to go to. And I guess maybe the great part about Australia, they're definitely not over touristy at all.
Not when we went there.
Not when we went anyway. They still are what they are, well, to a degree. Of course, they've been, ruined and hindered over time by humans and stuff like that, but they're still amazing. And we got to immerse ourselves and explore these 2 places a lot, and we would definitely go back there whenever. Uluru maybe not as much, because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's a bit harder to get to.
It's quite expensive.
And it is expensive, but yeah, it was brilliant. So yeah, our top 2 places.
But not just Great Barrier, Cairns was the place. If you go, I think if you want to go to the Great Barrier Reef, go to Cairns and see it from there. Because bloody planes. I love Cairns City as well, and getting to the Great Barrier Reef from there, super easy. And the Cairns City, there's so much to do. Great food. It's a great city. And
after this trip, it's just really even push it forward to us more how much we love Cairns, because we've got the Barrier Reef one side, and just on the other side we have the Atherton Tablelands,
Julian Waterfalls,
which is probably another of our top 5 places.
It is.
So just up the mountains of Cairns there's Atherton Tablelands, and then just beautiful waterfalls, green, produce, so many places more to explore there that we didn't get to go to. All this is within 1 hour, 2 hours of Cairns. So I think if you want to go somewhere new in Queensland, you can spend easily 2, 3, 4 weeks in Cairns as a whole. Like we stayed there probably 3 weeks altogether, and we could have stayed there for longer.
For sure.
Yeah.
We crammed all of those waterfalls into 2 days, which was crazy, but we did it. And then our fourth favourite place, or not in any order, I really loved Carnarvon Gorge. I think Flaine should go away. I think Carnarvon Gorge is absolutely spectacular. It is free, and especially if you love hiking, even if you don't, do it over a few days and just take your time, because there was so much to see. It was absolutely stunning, and this plane needs to go away.
I think my favourite thing about Carnarvon Gorge is that it was free, but I don't know if they've put much money into it or just how beautiful it is. Like, they had these places to go see on the walks and hikes, but each of them were different and amazing. Like, from amphitheatres to gardens to Aboriginal artwork to the actual trails itself, it was just wow. And
so Carnarvon Gorge is in the central part of Queensland, so it's pretty much surrounded by dirt and like just dead sort of towns, and then you've got this rainforest type place in the middle of the desert. It's amazing. And our fifth favourite place was
Alice Springs. We haven't. I don't know if you forgot what you were saying just then, or you want me to say it. But
yes. I did want you to say it.
Okay, I wasn't sure then. I was like, jeez. Yes, Alice Springs. Yeah, wow. This was a bit of a hidden gem. We didn't really know anything about Alice Springs until we got there. Like, we knew it was close to Uluru, and it was a big.
It's not as close as you think.
And we knew it was like the main town in Northern Territory other than Darwin, but we didn't know how beautiful and brilliant the surrounding McDonald Ranges are. I didn't even really hear about the McDonald Ranges until we started this tour, and we started talking to people about where we're going, and they said, "Oh, make sure you go explore the west end of these McDonald Ranges." Like, oh yeah, okay, I'm sure it'll be fun. But yeah, they were actually brilliant and beautiful. Just like when you're driving to Alice Springs from each side, there's just these mountains, ranges. But they don't just look like mountains that we're used to in Queensland or here. They look out of this world, like a bit alien, Marsy, but they're just beautiful. So yeah, we loved those and exploring them. We did so many great walks there, the gorges, driving, gaps and chasms, all the cool different things. And it is in the middle of nowhere, but there was still a lot of wildlife and greenery in certain places.
It's like one of my favourite things I loved about Uluru and Alice Springs was you're in the desert, but they have these specific desert type like flowers and plants that just thrive, and they're one of the most prettiest flowers that I've ever seen. It's so cool. I took so many photos.
Yeah, and Alice Springs we actually had to spend an extra week there because that's when we did break Rexy. And yeah, it was a great host. It was awesome. The good vibes around there. I guess we did meet some people there, which made it definitely better. But yeah, we had a great time there. Woolworths was good. The pubs we went to were good.
Yeah, there's still good food places. It's got a bad rap, but I think if that's all you want to focus on, then that's all you're going to see.
Yeah. We went to big highlight was the Alice Springs Brewery. It was my favourite brewery we went to on this whole tour. It was amazing. I'm not sure if I'm a bit biased because the food that we got, not actually the beers, but I do think the beers there that we did have were amazing because there was definitely one beer there that we wanted to get, and we got a few other places after we left Alice Springs, so I think that's a good sign. So yeah, we went to Desert Park at Alice Springs, which was awesome. There was a really great wildlife park there, which was really great.
It was a lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah, it was. And they did a wild bird show, which was amazing. Yeah. And again, there was lots of things in Alice Springs that we didn't get to do just because of money, or we just didn't really want to do it at this time. But yeah.
So yeah, they're our top 5, but we did name just a few runners-up.
Yeah, okay.
So our runners-up were Port Douglas.
I had a great time in Port Douglas. It was awesome. Got to watch New South Wales destroy Queensland there. No, I'm kidding.
I think what obviously all of our favourites are going to be influenced by our own biases, our own preferences, what was on while we were there, things like that. And yeah, like Port Douglas was fun, especially when you don't think of Port Douglas as a fun place.
No, but it was also unexpected how touristy it was and beautiful it was. Like you could have a good quiet weekend there with your family, or a week there with your family, or there was even this beautiful wedding park there that, who knows, you could have there was a beautiful wedding there while we were there. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely would be a place that I wouldn't mind getting a wedding, which is this beautiful grass and green and trees, and the water was behind you, but it wasn't really beachy either.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was beautiful. We saw some cane toad racing at Port Douglas, so that's pretty cool. We saw that. Origin, we had some really good food there. Had a really good pie there. So yeah, lots of things. Yeah.
So, and we also really loved the Daintree rainforest, which speaks for itself. It was our first time that we'd ever seen wild crocodiles, so that was a plus. Again, it's like the oldest rainforest, and just in places where you just don't think these sort of environments are going to be. That's where they are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I loved the crocodiles, of course, and then the drive that we got to do. We went over the Daintree barge, and then just to drive up to Cape Tribulation, and in there was just amazing. I felt like I was a bit cut short without a 4-drive, because eventually we went to a 4-drive track and we couldn't go any further. But what we did get to drive on the wire, just on there was actually a whole period between, I think it's called the Great Barrier Reef Drive or something, between Cairns and Port Douglas, and it was just all along, like literally on the coast where they reckon the rainforest meets the Great Barrier Reef, and yeah, it was a brilliant drive, and it was so beautiful. Yeah.
So yeah, if you like driving up north in Queensland, there's so much stuff to do. Free stuff, waterfalls, rainforest, good drives, beaches. It's just like, it's crazy. And yeah.
And I found a coconut there and cut it and ate it out of the coconut, which was pretty cool.
Alright, so we also have Ellie Beach. I loved Ellie Beach. It's stunning. It's like a port sort of city, but so it's fun. It's like it's a party city. We had the best time there. We met Dee and Han for the first time there. Yeah, it's a party town, and if you're young and you want to have a beautiful background to a great weekend, Ellie Beach it is, if you don't want to go all the way to Cairns.
It's definitely, I think, Queensland's version of Byron Bay, but it's definitely not as hectic now. I guess maybe because it's in North Queensland, so it is a bit far away from lots of people, so it's a bit more chill, but it's so beautiful and fun. And the beautiful waterfall just outside, the beaches there were beautiful. They got a lagoon there, which was so fun. And then yeah, all the clubs and that, yeah.
And it wasn't as hot and muggy as
No.
once you get going north to like Cairns, so that's a plus as well.
And we didn't do any tours off Airlie Beach or to the islands, and I know there's a lot of those there too, which would be amazing.
And the last run-up is Darwin, of course. We spent a long time in Darwin, and we still did not even scratch the surface, in my opinion. Or maybe we did. We saw a lot, but we could have seen a lot more. It's a great city. It's not, overrun like Sydney and Melbourne, but it's not. I feel like it's less dead than Brisbane. Did you feel like that?
No.
Oh well. So it's businessy.
It's so laid back. It's not even, you can't compare it to Brisbane, Melbourne, or Sydney. It's just like a holiday town, in my opinion. It was just so laid back. There's a couple streets. They've done a really good job with the port there on the end there, with restaurants and things to see, and kids and wave pools and beaches and stuff like that. Yeah.
Great city. And it's close enough to stay there, and you can go to Litchfield, you can go to Kakadu if you want. Is that the right word? Yeah. So yeah, great city. Alright. That's the end of that list. Next we are going on to our favourite paid activities that we did. So activities that cost money but definitely worth the money. Number 1, of course, was snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, if you've never been to the Great Barrier Reef, go there. No matter photos, videos, what we're going to tell you, not going to do it justice. The coral is so colourful and so awesome, different types. You get a whole list and you'll never see all of them. And bright coloured fish, literally, it's like you're living in Finding Nemo.
Like, I'm colourblind, and I'm still sure I saw as many colours as I've ever seen under there. And yeah, don't be afraid if you're not the best snorkeling. You'll get the hang of it, or there's also help around if you need help. The first time we didn't take a noodle because we didn't think we would want it or be that helpful.
Oh, right.
But then the second time we took the noodle out when we went snorkeling, and it was just amazing because then you didn't have to worry so much about staying alive, and you could actually just relax and enjoy it a bit more. So that was one thing. Just take a noodle with you, unless you're a really, really confident swimmer and snorkeler.
Have a good stamina.
Yeah, stamina really, but if you're just a little bit worried, just take a noodle and then you don't have to worry about it, and then you can just more enjoy looking and seeing, and then hopefully you're lucky enough to see sharks and turtles and all the fish you want to see, and we saw pretty much everything that we could have asked for, that's for sure.
So we did a full day boat tour. It cost us $110 each, something around that. We left pretty early in the morning. They gave us morning tea, lunch, and afternoon tea, and a glass of champagne. Right?
Well, it was not champagne, but wine, yes.
Well,
it was green.
Glass of bubbly. But the people that ran it were super helpful. I'll list the name of the business that we went with down below because I can't remember it right now. Do you remember it? Anyway.
Probably Reef Day Tripper. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Like $100 each. I would pay a lot more than that to do that again. Not gonna lie.
I think we got 25% off because I bought it on either Viata or Get Your Guide, but still it was not much more on Reef Day Tripper. And it was,
And we went to 2 different reefs to snorkel, which was really cool.
Polar Reef and Angel Reef, which was amazing.
Yeah. Alright, so the next pay activity we loved was our camel ride at Uluru.
I loved it because I've always found camels interesting and extraordinary creatures, and we got to ride them. They're actually really big and tall. Like, not like a horse, they're much taller. You think they're much more comfortable at first, but then eventually, they're not, because they go left, right, left, right, left, right, and that's it.
I don't remember my butt hurting.
But I really enjoyed it. And some people say they stink on the beaches and stuff like that, because then on the beach you don't have to deal with their poo in the bag, so that was nice, that was a good thing. We're at Uluru, we're in the middle of Australia, the red bird, and Uluru.
We watched the sunset.
And Alta Katajuta in the background, which is beautiful. Another big thing that really enjoyed was just the people. The tour guides, they were really, I know they're getting paid, but sometimes you get horrible ones. These guys were great, these guys and girls, they were awesome. The riders, the people walking with you, they were really great. And then afterwards we got damper and some spices and a couple of free drinks, which was always good.
It was amazing.
So
free food, free drinks. Well, not free, like included. How much were they each?
$140 each, so it was a bit more expensive.
And it was only, the ride itself only went for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of time.
Hour and a half.
Was it?
Yeah, we did the more expensive, the sunset one, which was an hour and a half. But they had cheap ones in the daytime for an hour. But really in Uluru there's a few things you can do, but it seems like there's a big difference. Like there's things like $150 and under, like a camel ride, a Segway tour, stuff like that, and then the more like $400 or $500 helicopters, nighttime, not nighttime tours, but under the stars tours
like
and stuff
dinner,
like that. Yeah.
Dinner at Uluru.
So,
we were happy with that choice.
We were definitely really happy. And we saw some Segway tours when we did the walk, and we're like, no, we definitely chose much better. Even though Segway tours were a bit cheaper, but yeah.
If you knew you wanted to do hikes over Uluru and Katajuta, and you're happy with that, do them. Do the hikes. Don't pay.
Don't pay for Segway.
There's even a free short tour that you would have seen in the video. If you want to know like about the ecosystem and all that sort of stuff that we did
from the rangers, which was great.
Yeah. And then pay for something that's different. Like the camel ride, pretty awesome. Again, I'll link it below. And next one, Paranella Park. Amazing. One of my highlights for sure. One day and a night tour. See this absolutely stunning ancient, not really ancient, 100-year-old castle ruins at a waterfall, and just the story that they tell on tour. It's pretty amazing what this family was able to do as immigrants and as just people that are able to work with their own two hands and build this amazing place. And the fact that the new owners decided to make it into this, park and redo these tours, pretty cool. And that is located just south of Cairns. And we camped there overnight, which included, so we paid for the 2 tours and the camping for $60 each.
$45.
Even better. So, pretty good. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So $90 for both of us.
Awesome.
And the pub right across the waterfall was really good for food too.
Yeah. We watched something there, football, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And we have Crocodiles Park in Darwin. There was 2 crocodile parks we could have chose from. We chose Crocodiles Park, and I think we made a good choice. Not that I can compare it to the other because we didn't go there.
Well, sort of 3. There was one in Cairns too that we didn't go to. Jay sort of made that decision that she wanted to wait to Darwin to go see one, so I was a bit nervous that it wouldn't be a great, because I really wanted to see a great Crocodiles Park, farm, whatever you want to call them. So we went to Crocodiles Park in Darwin and we loved it.
It was amazing.
So good.
There was so many crocodiles, and they're huge, and there's all different things you can see them feed them. And no, they don't even just have crocodiles, they had a whole bunch of other animals too. And we got to hold, baby crocodiles, baby snakes.
We did a little boat tour in their little outback
Jumping
crocodile in their little river at the back of their park, which was amazing, which wasn't at the other ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, we loved it. Got hit by an ostrich there on the top of my head, which was a pretty cool experience. I won't forget that. We saw big buffalo there, which was really cool. Lots of monkeys and dingoes. So yeah, it was beautiful.
It was awesome.
There's so many crocodiles.
So many crocodiles.
So
It's
many
crazy.
small ones.
Yeah.
You look like they had a big area, like a massive pond for them, and you're like, oh, there's a few in there, and then you just keep looking and looking and looking.
Finding more and
more and more and more. You're like, holy moly. Yeah.
And I think the ticket for those was a whole day. It included the jumping.
No, that was actually $20.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't much.
No, they're like $50-$60 each.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Alright, and our last one is the Australian Age of Dinosaurs Museum. We one of the last things that we did, and we were close to not doing it. My fault, definitely, but I'm so glad that we did it. I mean, come on, dinosaurs, Australian dinosaurs. What more is there to say?
Yeah, I think a lot of times throughout the day we were loving it, but it was more breathtaking that it was actual dinosaurs that were actually right there and then, like right in Australia.
Found
so
in
that was
Winton, well,
amazing,
close to.
and just the history of what scientists and what they think was there. They think it was an inland sea and all this, which is just, you can't even fathom that.
It's crazy.
But it makes a lot of sense when they're talking about the dinosaurs and stuff like that, and what they've found and what they keep finding. So yeah, I'm so happy that I pushed to go there and do that, because it was expensive. It was about $75 a ticket each. And then we did the Stampede, which was an extra $30, $20
each.
But it was a bit of a drive. And we did the whole little trail. We didn't do the museums at each place, or we didn't pay for them. We just went to each of the dinosaurs there, which was amazing. But the actual museum was great. They're doing so much more there, and it's still really new, so they're going to do more and more. So I reckon we'll definitely go there in the future.
And they're still finding more and more bones, which is crazy.
And it was so cool that they had like this little tour bus thing that was like so like Jurassic Park feel vibes. It was so great.
And that is in northern western Queensland, near Winton.
I thought you already forgot about the town name.
No. I said it before. Alright, and then we have a few runners up for our favourite paid activities, and they include the river cruise that we did in the Daintree River. Again, that was like the first time we saw crocodiles. It maybe be a bit overshadowed by Crocodiles Park because of how up close and personal you get in the park and just the sheer amount of crocodiles we saw. But just the actual river taking out the crocodiles, stunning. I mean, it's huge. It's rainforest. It's just, yeah.
And we just did it with Bruce Belcher's Daintree Cruises, and I think they're just a family. Like, it's in his backyard where they let the boats go, and it was really nice, and definitely felt more authentic with the guy that we had. Like,
brought his little dogs on.
Yeah, little dogs on there and stuff like that. It was really great. And yeah, that was our first time seeing crocodiles in real life, so I'll never forget that either. Even though we only saw some small females and some baby crocodiles, it was still great. Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. And next is the Kuranda Sky Rail. We actually bought this as a whole package, this Kuranda Sky Rail up and then Kuranda train down, as well as the flight over the Great Barrier Reef, all is in one package. But the highlight of that package was definitely the Sky Rail going up. It was just pretty awesome. I'm crap scared of heights, but if I felt secure, and it's just awesome looking out over the rainforest.
And you just see sort of how big it is and how green it is, and you just keep going up and up and up and up, and it's like, wow. And
then it's worth it when you get up there. Kuranda is like the cutest town, awesome markets that just kind of just like keep giving you more and more.
Yeah.
Just really
keep
cool.
finding different places down there, every little nook and cranny is really great.
Yeah, unfortunately the train ride down just kind of like sucked. just sucked. But you know, each their own. I would recommend doing both just so you get the big experience. But
I think just pay the extra and do the gold class on the train ride home, because the general admission and you get horrible seats. They're gross. There's only one good window to look out.
And it takes a while because it goes pretty slow and you don't get any beverages or anything. So.
And it's all over just sort of a speaker. So yeah, I think go gold class, and I think it would be better at least, and you would enjoy yourself a bit more.
Alright, we also did the lava tubes, which were awesome. Literally just walk through these ancient tubes that a volcanic lava made. I mean, come on, so cool. So cool. That these ancient volcanoes erupted, and then the lava just kind of came out in a different way than you'd expect a big eruption. This kind of trickled. And because they were so hot, they literally made tubes out of the earth. And then they got cold, so that it solidified.
And we got to walk through them and down them, and in the darkness. It was beautiful. It was awesome.
Yeah. And I don't remember, that wasn't too expensive, was it? Can't remember.
Yeah.
It was?
$130 for both of us, I think. So $65. Yeah. Again, another thing that we nearly didn't do, but we just pulled the trigger and did it. And yeah, so happy we did do it.
A cute little cafe there that's set up in like all these, like the whole area's kind of set up in old trains. We did get some food, but we didn't stay there or anything.
Yeah,
we were just.
You could definitely say that'd be really nice, I reckon, to stay there, because there's some walks around there and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right near there was a super awesome walk. It's like a volcanic crater walk. What?
I know they asked you the question. Do you remember the name of the volcanic walk we did?
I don't remember the name of the walk.
No.
Remember, it was a crater.
Yeah.
It's a great walk. And that's right near the lava tubes. And we also chose the Cairns Aquarium. I'm just going to speed around this. And riding Cairns Aquarium kind of speaks for itself. You're seeing all the things that you could see in the Great Barrier Reef. But they actually go into more of the river. It kind of like, it takes you through a journey of starting from the river out to the Great Barrier Reef. And you see all the different wildlife throughout there. So it's pretty awesome, yeah. And riding scooters on Magnetic Island. Magnetic Island is just off Townsville, and we were tossing out between getting scooters or like a four-wheel drive.
And just walking.
Yeah.
And, I think we definitely chose the best one.
So fun. So much fun.
Yeah. So fun. Such a cute little town and island and places to go, and the beaches and reefs. I feel like we could go again and do more, because some of the roads weren't open because of road works, and maybe if you get a car you go to other places, but it feels like the scooter was good. And yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah. So yeah, they're our paid activities that we loved.
I'm sure we missed some, but yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that was our paid activities. Next we have our favourite campgrounds. So if you are ever doing a road trip and camping throughout Queensland and Northern Territory, these were our favourite campgrounds. Again, there could be different biases, but these are just what we chose. And we're going non-naturist campgrounds because they would obviously just make the top 3. But they're not for everyone. But if you do ever feel like you're interested in getting in the naturist lifestyle, absolutely recommend. You meet so many different people, and just the facilities are always usually better. So just think about that when you want to go camping. But non-naturist, first one we chose the Horizon Kangaroo Sanctuary, which is, I'm going to try and remember where it is without looking at my phone.
She's always looked at it though.
No, all I saw was Kangaroo Horizon Sanctuary. I did. And I literally just edited this vlog, so I really should remember. It's near 1770. That's what I got. Agnes Waters. Yes, Agnes Waters. Yeah, Agnes Waters 17th Century, Horizons Kangaroo Sanctuary. So nice. I mean, you literally just camping with the wildlife. They rescue orphaned kangaroos off the side of the road when the mother has been hit by a car or something like that, and they bring them back to the sanctuary and raise them. A lot. It's been different since COVID, but they're able to save a lot of kangaroos, and it's just stunning. We were able to camp like off the side of this mountain, or it's all kind of on a mountain, so you're just getting views galore, sunrise, sunset. Absolutely stunning. And cheap as chips.
For that area, anyway, definitely. Because 1770 is like this awesome little coastal town. There's 2 or 3 campgrounds in there, but they're very, very expensive because how much people go there and want to go here. So we were going to go there, but then I just saw this little place and we were like, let's try there. And yeah, it was really cheap. It was $25 per night cash, because it's not technically a caravan park, but it's a campground and anyone can go there. Well, when we went there. And yeah, it was $25 per night for us too, where most of the caravan parks were about $40, $45. So we were definitely keen to save some dollars there, and we are very happy we did. Cause
gave us a camp kitchen, bathroom, showers. It was very awesome, and definitely recommend it if you're ever out that way. Next we have Townsville Secure Lifestyle Magnetic Gateway.
Super name.
Absolutely ridiculous name for a campground, but this is definitely one of my favorites. So big, and they gave lots of facilities. There was this like common areas where you can just chill out with power. The library had Wi-Fi if you needed it. The bathrooms were pristine, which really sells it. But the best part was that we were able to camp and we pretty much had no one close by. We met up with Han and Dee there again, and they were our neighbours, but they were super far away. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, sometimes it's good when you have campgrounds where you can just choose where you want to camp in the campground. Unfortunately, sometimes for me and Jay, it was one of the worst things because we couldn't decide where we wanted to camp. But this place was absolutely really no one there when we got there, and we just got a really good spot behind the tree right at the outskirts, and we really loved it. It was a great place to stay. And Townsville, we were a little bit out of like this main city, like main town, but they all were pretty bit out. We're about 10-15 minutes out, so we did do that drive a little bit, but that was okay. And again, this was definitely one of the cheaper ones there. We did the buy, we got to like pay 3, stay 4 deals here, so it was really great.
And that took it down to $26 a night.
Yeah,
so it was pretty good.
Again, a lot of these prices are unpowered sites, and most of the places we did say were near the cheapest ones are out of places because that's what we wanted, but we really enjoyed most of them. So yeah.
Next we chose Pinnarendi Station Stay and Cafe, which is in the middle of nowhere. As when we were driving west from the east coast of Queensland.
So yeah, we drove about 20 minutes past the lava tube turn off, Undara lava tubes.
20 k's.
Yeah, 20 k's out of there.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot longer than that.
About 20 k's, maybe 30. And yeah, this farm stay there, Penandra Homestead or whatever it's called. Pinnarendi. We stayed there and we heard really good things about it. And they're also a cafe, so we're like, oh yeah, we'll get some food because we love food too.
So good food, such good food.
And the nights we stayed there, they did homemade lasagna, so we got homemade lasagna. We were lucky, like when we booked it, they only had 2 spots left, so we got in. Even though I'm not a big lasagna fan, but it was worth it. It was beautiful. They made it in wood stove ovens. The chips are amazing. And
it's like communal dining, so you just all, like everyone that's wanting it sits at this big table, eat together, chat. So you just meet people, which is always a plus when you're on the road.
They had really nice toilets and amenities there. They just got new ones and they were like spray painted or painted like with horses and stuff like that. They were really cool.
They weren't very big. I think there was only like 3 showers, 3 toilets for women, and then the same for men. But they were still clean, and they gave you a shower floor mat, which Jake appreciated.
Yeah. And they had like a lot of communal fireplaces there. And I even had a fire with some people there. That it sounds like if we got there the night before, we would have been there on a massive 50th birthday party, which would have been fun, but it is what it is. Yeah. But we still had some good chats with these people. I did, and yeah, around a nice fire.
Alright, we need to stop talking so much. And that was $20 a night. I think we stayed there 2 nights. And then it was an extra, I think it was $20 per person for the lasagna.
25 for lasagna. And then the day we left, we got their toasted sandwiches.
Toasted sandwiches. So good. Definitely recommend toasted sandwiches at that cafe. Alright, so then we chose Bonadio RV and Nature Park, which was in the Atherton Tablelands. $17 a night, bloody brilliant, and again that has had everything. So wildlife nature park. I mean, so
it was such a cool place. It was just down the road, in the middle of nowhere, like in like a cornfield of farms, and you drove into this person's farm, and they've just on this river. They just made out this beautiful RV park, and they had like just 3 lanes of parks where you could camp. They had a little unpowered site for us, which we loved. It was really close to their little kitchen.
Yeah.
And their kitchen was really old school and old, but we really enjoyed it to a degree. And it was right on the river and the jungle, not the jungle, but the bush.
It's literally you walk down from the campground, you were looking at the river where they had platypus, like wild platypus and stuff, like.
Yeah, the kitchen was right there, so they actually had feedings there of possums and little mandolin, like little
tree kangaroos.
Little tree kangaroos, which was really great.
One was nasty.
So I really enjoyed that, but yeah, when we cooked there, after all that feeding was done on the food, they were still wanted more food, so
these possums,
they got
greedy.
Wanted food from our plates, and they would come onto our tables, and they were not scared of us. Yeah. So
but if you're not scared of wildlife, pretty awesome place.
Yeah.
Another thing to mention, pretty much all of our favourite places have had communal fridges. So people that like us who just kind of, because my in-laws and we needed food if we wanted to cook. The communal fridges, A+.
Yeah. Another good thing they were on the river, so you just did a little walk down to the river, and one day we took chairs down there and a cup of tea and spotted a little couple of platypuses and enjoyed it. It was beautiful. And the bathrooms were good again, I think. Yeah, they were good.
They were small again. I think there might have only been
there,
1 shower and 2 toilets or something like that.
They were clean and they were nice, I think.
Yeah. And lastly, we chose the Bacaldine Tourist Park, Bacaldine, which was one of the last, I think it was the last paid caravan park that we did on the way home. We were only there 1 night, and it still made an impression. If we're ever out that way in Western Queensland again, we'll definitely stay there. Definitely recommend it if you wanted to check out
Longreach.
Longreach,
it was 20 to 30 minutes outside Longreach, and it was just so much more nice. It was more grassy, it was more more nice. Just it was really nice.
Family, it felt Longreach had a bit more.
Longreach was so dusty and touristy. Yeah. But this was really beautiful. The night we were there, if we got there early, we would have been able to pay for a big roast dinner that they did, and a lot of people were doing that roast dinner, but we just cooked ours on the side, and they were really nice to us, and
I feel like the people there, like even just not the people that ran up, but the campers were just like way nicer. There was much more about, the community feel, and just the grounds were way nicer. We had really nice lush grass that we were able to sleep on. Which
trees, it was lovely.
Yeah.
There was live music there when we got there too, and they did that like 3 nights a week in the season. So it was really beautiful.
Yeah. So I recommend staying there instead of staying in Longreach if you wanted to actually go to Longreach.
And it was the cheap. It was I think it was $27 a night there.
28. I was looking wrong.
$20 a night there, and every day at Longreach was like $35, $40 unpowered. So also that reason too.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. And our runners up for favourite campgrounds or speed round was the Elliott Heads Caravan Park. It's right on the beach, so it wasn't cheap, but it was right on the beach. Like actually right on the beach. It was amazing. And they had really great new facilities, new amenities, new campground, kitchen. Thank you. Can't speak. Really great space. The Cairns Coconut, which is like a big 4 in Cairns. That's where we stayed. But if you have a family and you want a campground that gives you absolutely everything, including putt-putt, go to the Coconut.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. A million pools.
About 20 minutes out of Kansas City, so you've got to deal with that, but yeah.
20 minutes?
Yeah, it was pretty far away.
Yeah. And I think, again, we did a, like, save 4 but pay for 3 sort of deal. Curtin Springs was a free place in Curtin Springs. What was that? We were showing talks about this. What was that?
Curtin Springs where we had an anniversary, so it's just after we left on the route and go to Kings Canyon. It's like right in between, so it's a great spot to have a night stay, and it was free. And yeah, it was lovely.
Until we paid for dinner.
Yeah, we bought dinner there, which was really
and a bottle
nice.
of wine.
And some wine. Yeah, we didn't get showers there because they were hot. They were gold coin donations, but they were nice. They looked okay. They were clean, especially from the middle of nowhere, which would be fine. But the actual campground was really nice, and yeah,
really awesome, and it's great for free.
Yeah, it's
and
for free.
The Cabra pub, again, it's free, but you just sort of like if you buy a drink at the pub, you can stay for free. We bought a whole meal and drank a lot, but it was all good. They have really cool like shower there, and the only kind of downside there is that it was right close to the freeway, when am I in America? The highway and the train line, but so it was a bit loud at night time, but still really awesome for the price. Alright, that is campgrounds done.
I think I missed one that I really liked, and that was Arunda Emu Roadhouse that we stayed at. I really liked that.
Oh yeah,
they had a really nice bar, pub again, and they had emus there. And yeah, it was really good.
That the free one?
No, it wasn't free though. We paid like $20, $25. It was a bit dry and dusty there, but again, you're in the middle of nowhere. But we got a little nice little spot there, and we parked up, and then yeah, emus there, and the pub was really cute and good. Yeah. Next list.
Favorite waterfalls, because who? Pardon?
You can pause it.
No, it's fine. Favorite waterfalls because we saw a bajillion, and we recommend for anyone that's doing a road trip around Australia to go see waterfalls. It's exercise, it's free, and they're friggin' stunning. So we thought we'd list our favourite ones. I originally had 5, but I think I took that away because there was just too many. So just these are our favourite waterfalls.
We saw about probably near 35 altogether. I haven't done the actual stats, which I should, but yeah. It would be about that, because just in Atherton in 2 days we saw about 21. And then we saw a lot more on the way up to Cairns, and then we saw some in Darwin. And yeah, so I think we'll be about 35 altogether.
That we saw. Alright, so our favourite, first one is Cedar Creek Falls in Airlie Beach. This was pretty much one of the first waterfalls that we saw, and one of the first ones that we swam in.
Definitely the first one we swam in.
Yeah.
First one I've ever swum in, so.
Yes.
And it obviously was because it was probably pretty cold.
It was freezing.
But it was the first one we've seen and got to swim in, so we loved it. And the sun was out there, and it was nice eventually when you went there, but it was just cold to get out.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was colder in the water than it was at.
Yeah.
It was very cold, but worth it. I mean, we got to swim under a waterfall. Who knew swimming under waterfalls would be so painful? It's not like it is in the movies. But Cedar Creek Falls at Airlie Beach. There isn't much of a hike there. Literally, it's right near the car park. Still a little bit of a walk down, so it's not like completely accessible for people with disabilities and things like that, but it isn't much of a hike. And then the Miller Falls at Atherton. This was one of the tallest ones in Atherton, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Another one that we could have swum in and we tried, but it was too cold.
It was absolutely crazy.
But it was really beautiful. It was pretty tall, and it had like a lot of green moss on the top of it, so it looked really green when it was coming down. The water was beautiful.
The Paranella Park waterfall.
Mina Creek.
Thank you.
It was beautiful. That really helped probably with all the lights around it, and there was a little bridge you could walk across it on top of it, which was amazing. But
it's just huge.
It was a good waterfall. It was really thick,
wide
one.
Yeah. The Florence Falls, which you mentioned at Litchfield.
Yeah.
So this was the waterfall that we swam in, not the pools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stunning. Again, still cold, but worth it.
This was great. It had like two
really
different sort of falls right next to each other, like the same pond and same swimming area, but like two different. Like one fall was going over the rocks, one fall was just falling over like stuff. So you got to really. This is one I really remember. We got to like fully swim under it and get smashed and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got to kiss under this, like through the waterfall on the other side where it was quiet. It was really great.
The Chupala Falls in Atherton. Again, just go to Atherton Tablelands and go to all the waterfalls. I think this one was the one that had shit on it. So this one's a bit of a walk. There's actually two, one to the left, one to the right. Both stunning, but both a bit of a walk, but not like
this one's to the right, to the viewing, and we got to go there. And unfortunately, to go to the bottom of it, the walkway was closed off and out of order, they reckon. But
because of just like it's old and it's
moved around, and got flooding and stuff like that.
Wearing down.
But I kept walking. We
did it anyway.
And we got down to the bottom, and it was worth it. It was amazing. Got to
Yeah.
you pretty much were standing on the rocks that the waterfall was hitting, and you got wet, and it was
gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
And the last one we chose were the Jurama Falls in Bambaroo.
I love this one. These were you couldn't really go near there, but it was just a viewing platform, and how big and wild they were. There was about 20 to 30 just different falls coming off everywhere. Jada was having massive panic attacks, so she probably doesn't remember this.
I remember it.
Again, there was a walkway where we walked past where we should have walked to the end part because they were getting a new viewing platform set up.
It was getting built, so it wasn't fully completed, so there was no rails at the very top. But you're looking across the river at the waterfalls, and there's 5, 6, 7 different waterfalls. It is gorgeous. It's just when having to turn around and take pictures and things, bit of a struggle for me. But yes, very, very inclining. Alright, so they are our favourite waterfalls. Again, I don't think we saw a waterfall that we weren't in love with, even if it was the 30th one. We just love them, and we love hiking to them and everything about them, and swimming in them, even when it's cold and painful. Alright, next list was our favourite hikes. A lot of them we have already mentioned, so we'll just speed through. Number 1, again, Carnarvon Gorge. I loved it. This is like multiple hikes in one. If you have a family, maybe camp at the campground that's next to it, and just do like a hike to one of the places every day, or maybe 2. Or if you're super fit, you can and you love like camp hiking, I don't know what that's called, hiking I guess, you can do the whole thing, camp overnight somewhere wherever you kind of pitch a tent, or do what we did, smash 8 of the walks out in one day and just absolutely love it. What we did, we walked all the way to the furthest attraction spot, scenery thing that we knew we wanted to get to that day, on that day, and then so there's like a middle track, and then it veers off to all these different things you can look at. So we went to the furthest one we wanted to, and then on the way back we veered off on everything. So we saw, like Jake said, Aboriginal artwork, like this like greenery, green forest.
It was the Moss Garden,
Moss Garden, thank you.
And I can't remember a couple more that we saw as well.
And then Kings Canyon. Woo. You can talk about this one.
Kings Canyon, another thing that we never heard of before this trip. But then as soon as we started touring and saying that we're going to Uluru, everyone's like, make sure you go to Kings Canyon. So we're like, okay. So we went to Kings Canyon. And it was amazing. And then we started getting a bit nervous. Everyone's like, oh, it's got Heartbreak Hill and all this rubbish, rah, 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 whatever. And then we saw it like, okay, yeah, that's a pretty big hill. It's going to be hard, but
it's not a hill.
It's just steps going up and up and up and up. But as soon as you get up there, it's amazing. It is just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like
it's a canyon. It's like a big ass canyon in between Uluru and Alice Springs.
Yeah. But just the scenery, it's like little pyramids, little rocks everywhere, there's different formations everywhere. There's ins and outs, there's ups and downs. It was an amazing walk. It was
I even sat on the edge of a cliff, and I was like, we're only here once. I'm going to do it. It's scared the bejeebies out of me, but it was worth the view. So nice. I didn't say, but Cardamom Gorge took us all day. We left the actual walking. We're probably walking for 6 hours. Kings Canyon, we smashed it out pretty quick. I feel like we didn't really stop and like picnic. Or we had lunch, but it probably took us about 2-3 hours to finish. No.
4 or 5 hours, I reckon.
Kings Canyon.
Yeah.
Next we chose Katajuta. We definitely preferred the hiking over Katajuta than we did around like Uluru. So Katajuta is, I guess, the unknown sister of Uluru. We hadn't heard of it until we got there, but awesome, like different rock formations, and you literally hike over and around, and
yeah, it's called the Valley of the Winds, and yeah, you pretty much walk around one and pretty much through a couple of the Katajuta rocks and just go up and down, and yeah, again the views were just so great.
Yeah.
And it's that red colour like Uluru, and it's so good, but so huge
amazing.
too.
Yeah, there was some steep incline to this as well. Probably took us about as long as Kings Canyon did.
Yeah, about 4-5 hours.
Yeah. Next was Ormiston Gorge, which was one of the ones in Catherine.
No.
No? That's what I meant to say. I was thinking I was meant to have said Catherine. Rerun. Next is Ormiston Gorge, which was one of the gorges in the McDonald Ranges near Alice Springs. I can't tell you exactly which one it is.
This one was amazing. It was like you're walking. They called it inland, like an old sea, inland sea, and there's sort of rocks like they look like old waves made, and you pretty much walked around the outside of the hill face, and it was just pretty cool. It was amazing. The wind picked up a bit. It got a bit scary, but just the walk around the hill face was amazing.
That's right.
Yeah, it was so great.
That walk wasn't as long,
No.
but still a bit of an incline, and yeah, I think that one got my height sphere a little bit going, especially when you're walking around, the wind's like trying to blow you off. But it was fine. I got there in the end. But yeah, still stunning views of like everything we saw. And then the Nandroya and Silver Falls walk. This wasn't much of a hike as it was a walk. And we kind of just stumbled upon it, didn't we?
No. It wasn't a plan. It was an Atherton. It was 2 more falls that we wanted to go see. We didn't know that they were connected, and we didn't know it was such a long walk. It was about 2.6 k's return walk. But it really just dove deep into the rainforest, and you walked over a couple creeks, and
yeah, you're climbing over rocks and things like that.
Yeah, and
along,
you get to a little fall, and you're like, oh, that's pretty small. And like, but you keep going, and then you get to this really beautiful Nandroya Falls, which was big, but in the middle of really right in the middle of the forest. It felt like it, so it was great.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, that was in Atherton, and then we chose the Forts Walk on Magnetic Island. So we loved that we got scooters on Magnetic Island, but we did want to do a walk, and this one you could not take your scooter on to do this walk. It was up a mountain that they used to use as a lookout. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, they were
during the World War
lookouts,
II.
platforms, and they had these big forts up there that the army would have stayed in to look out for enemies coming in their planes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they still have the old structures there, and you can walk up to them and walk in most of them. And
it was like
the old
information
guns and stuff like that. It was really great. Yeah. It was a very uphill walk there, obviously, because they really need the height. But they made it sort of like a circle, so it wasn't too inclining. But yeah, it was great, and just the old buildings and the forts up there, like how they're still here or why they're still here, and just yeah,
it was pretty cool. Going on hikes and seeing waterfalls, they're great for when you're on a budget. We're going to get into this later, but free, and you get exercise, and you see the most amazing things. So, yes. Alright, next list. Our favourite swimming hole places. So if you don't love hikes as much as swimming, this next list is for you.
I was going to say, some of these though had really nice walks and hikes to get there though, also.
It makes the swimming worth it, in our opinion.
Yeah.
No, it makes the walk worth it, I should say. Alright, number 1 was Berry Springs. We went to this twice while we were staying in Darwin. It is right near Bruja, where we stayed at Humpty Duke.
Nunamar. Berry Springs. It's in Berry Springs. But yeah, we went to a few springs in Northern Territory and Queensland, and this one was definitely the most swim-friendly weather, water temperature one, and it was just really great. It was the biggest one. It definitely felt, it felt the best part in between natural and clean and like, I don't know.
Yeah, man-made.
Man-made, but natural still at the same time. It was beautiful. So yeah, they had pretty much like 3 different pools, a little waterfall that ran through the pools, and yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Take a noodle or some sort of floating device, because there's no shallow part really in the pools. There is a little bit next to the waterfall at the beginning, but that's always usually where the most people is, so you want to swim through all 3 pools because it's just fun, or you just want to float, so yeah, take a floating device.
One of the best parts is floating with the current and just cruising, because then you get to relax more, but you're still moving, so you don't feel stagnant either.
Another great thing for the white rangers like me, there's a lot of shade. It's not all out in the open, but there's also some of the pools do get a lot of sun, so it's not cold. And also a great thing is that there's a lot of like picnic areas that are actually like really nice at the top. So it's a great place to take your family if you're ever in Darwin.
Just hopefully no crocodiles.
You wouldn't be allowed to swim there if there were crocodiles.
They've had crocodiles there, they close it and open it and close it. Yeah.
Just don't be silly. But yes, alright. Next, Edith Falls, which was near Catherine. This one, cold, but we were there pretty early.
Yeah, we left Catherine pretty early and went there.
We travelled in winter. So anyway, it was cold, but it's this like big open natural pool. There is a waterfall if you want to swim out to that. And again, there's like a little creek with a current that you can just kind of float along. Again, bring noodle or some sort of floating device because there really wasn't much shallow area, but stunning.
This was one of my favourite ones because I guess we were in Catherine, it was pretty much on the Catherine Gorge we were swimming in. So we were swimming, they had the waterfall there, but then they just had the big rock face of the Northern Territory rock face there. It was just amazing. And just got to look at that, the bright blue sky, and it was just, it was breathtaking.
Alright, next we have Crystal Creek rock slides. I mean, rock slides. Who knew that could be so much fun? They are. You literally, and so slippery. I don't remember if we took videos or not, but we fell on our butts. And then you just slide into the freezing cold water, but fun. Where is Crystal Creek though?
It was up on the way towards Cairns or Campton area, Townsville area, Townsville and Cairns in between there. Again, we really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, we did go in the middle of winter and Queensland was still a bit cool, so we didn't. But when we saw these slides and the water, we just had to go for a swim, and we did, and it was great.
The fact that it was cold was good, also that there was no one else there.
Yeah, no one else was swimming.
So we pretty much had the whole slides to ourselves, which was sick. Yeah. And then we have the Cardwell Spa Pool. It's a spa pool. It's a pool that's a spa. Natural. It's pretty cool. And it was pretty, like it's in like a rainforest, you walk down some stairs and then it's just there like next to the car park. But I don't remember it being warm. Like it was cold spa, wasn't it?
It was okay, yeah, it was cold.
It wasn't like a heated...
I think the coolest part of that was just the colour that the water was from the spa. It was like this really like blue...
Greeny blue, yeah.
Which was a little bit clean, but it was just so beautiful though also. And the little spa pool looked like an actual spa. It had little seats in there, and the flowing bubbles would go over, and there was a little bit of bubbles from under. It was really lovely. Again, it was a bit cool, but it was really nice. There was a few people there, and just because the rapids.
It's not very big. It's quite small.
Yeah.
So if there were lots of people there, you probably wouldn't like it. But there was only a handful when we were there, so it was okay.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we chose the Bewley Rock Holes, which were in Litchfield. So we talked about the waterfall, but before we went to the waterfall, we went to the rock pools, which was so cool.
Yeah, they were great. They were good. We got there was lots of people there. We weren't sure really what to do. We just got hooked in. We just put our stuff down. Like, let's start at the top and work our way down. We went across and belly rolled and just went across all these little rock pools. So we got to this little like pool where there was all these kids jumping off the sides. So we started jumping off the sides into the pool. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really took you back to your childhood and going to the swimming creeks and pools and.
I don't know if like rock pools is a good word for that. Like a lot of them, there's one like really big like plunge pool. I guess you just jump off and you just go going down and then you come back up. And then other than that, they're literally just like really shallow rocks. Like just kind of the water just cascades and you just kind of frolic in them.
Like a rock pool.
Yeah, but no, a rock pool. Like I think of a pool that's made out of rocks.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, they're our favorite swimming places.
Unfortunately, I think there would have been more if it was warmer and we went swimming more. Like there were so many waterfalls in Cairns that we didn't go swimming in because it was too cold and we wouldn't have enjoyed it. And we were on a mission that day.
We really didn't swim much at all on the whole East Coast. Not a beach. Like, we didn't even list a beach on our places because we just didn't love them. Next list, I think is our final list of our favourites, is our favourite food, because that's what everyone actually cares about, right? I think so. Our favourite food, there's a whole list of them, so we're just going to go.
This was probably our hardest list that we made. We probably still miss out places. We love food. We went to a lot of places to get good food. So yeah, we'll just name this list off. And
I'd also like to say that we were pretty money conscious, especially when it came to food, at the beginning quarter of our trip. So there's not going to be many places on the list that is from the southeast or even mid-east coast of Queensland. We didn't really start splurging.
Not really splurging then. There was just more things to do there. So we were spending our money more on things to do and go to places where when we got to Territory we were there for a bit longer and there's not as many things to do there. So we'll spend money on food instead. Yeah, I definitely feel.
And at places like Cairns, we were like, oh, we're going to splurge here because we know this place is awesome and we know it's got great food. Whereas I feel like a lot of our small, one of our favourites were kind of places that we just kind of found in the smaller places. In the smaller places on the southeast, we weren't spending on food. So that's kind of my point. Yeah. Anyway, getting to it. First place on the list was the Mindel Markets in Darwin. If you don't have a phobia of people and lots of people, but you love great market food, go to the Mindel Markets at Darwin. There were countless food trucks and countless people, but you make do. It was amazing. The food was so good. We went there twice. The first time we went there, I got Mexican. It was so hot that I just was like, I need something like a salad. So I got a Mexican nachos, which was still really good. And we also got calamari. The first time we shared that, which was amazing. And the second time I went, I got Asian, because there were so many Asian choices. And I was like, I need some honey chicken. And it was so yummy. And I think that's what I got.
Nice.
What'd you?
First of all, Mindel Markets, yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, the first time I got there, I got a kebab box. So unbroken kebab chips and stuff. It was really great. And then the second time I got a crocodile sushi burger, which was pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Crocodile meat and rice patties, and yeah, it was really great. And I got other things. So I got deep fried Mars bar the second time. We got the calamari the first time. We got some ice cream. Yes. Yeah, it's just cool, and it's on the beach. The thing you do there, they're only on 2 nights a week, Thursday and Sunday nights, the markets. But you go there, late afternoon. You watch the sunset on the beach, which is
stunning. Well, the first time we went there, it was a bit cloudy, so it wasn't as good. But the second time, perfect. And then you go, you get some dinner, you watch some live music. There was this cool band where the guy played 4 didgeridoos at once. You watch a fire breathing show, and then you go home.
You didn't even mention all the stores there that are actually like market stores
that
are
yeah,
selling stuff, which were great.
Yes.
That's what you probably do before you get food. And
yes,
enjoy all that.
I knew it was.
And there were some really cool ones there and beautiful stuff there.
Yeah, we were able to buy a few gifts from there for back home, so very cool. But it's all about the food. Food. Great. Alright. Next we chose the Outback Turkish Pie and Kebabs at Alice Springs. Well, I didn't choose this.
I chose this.
Jake chose this.
This will maybe forever be the best snack pack I've ever got. So we went there first and I got the kebab and it was such a letdown, but I was like, the meat on this was really good, and then I saw another snack pack that someone else got. I'm like, that looks like it was amazing. So we went there the day after. We had a few beers the night before, so a bit hungover, and I got the snack. We got the large snack pack, like $16, but it was the best. Oh, the
amount of meat on
the
this
ratios was just how I love it. More meat than anything. Also chips, a hot chili sauce, and garlic. I don't think I'll ever find one better than that.
Yeah, so if you're ever in Alice Springs, check out the Outback Turkish Pie and Kebabs.
If you like snack packs.
Yeah, don't try the kebabs. I think they put more effort into their
The kebabs were they were just like wraps. They weren't actually like rolled up. They weren't toasted enough. It was but yeah.
Alright, so the next one we chose was the Ilkari restaurant at Uluru. Well, not Uluru, but the
Ulara. This was the buffet that we went to with Emma. It was amazing. We're not the biggest fans of buffet because we eat too much food at them, and that's what we did at this one. But this one was it was expensive. Yeah. So a little bit, it was like $77 for a buffet. Like, that's so much money, but it was amazing. Like, you sort of get a bit worried about where you are in the middle of nowhere, the food wouldn't be really good, but it was amazing.
The seafood was still fresh, the food was...
They had kangaroo, they had lamb, and then all the salads were amazing. And, it was beautiful. Everything was top notch. It was a bit fancy. It
wasn't like one of those, crappy
buffets.
It was a high class buffet.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So if you're ever staying at Uluru or staying at Urala, whatever it's called, and you have the money to splurge on food, do it, because they put the effort in. It's really good. And next we chose District North in Palmerston, Northern Territory. Who loves burgers?
Me.
We do.
He loves awesome, fancy burgers, massive burgers, spicy burgers.
He does.
Me. And this is one of the saddest things of me leaving Darwin was I can't go to this place anymore, and I didn't even scratch the surface on their menus, and now I've got them on Facebook, and I probably should unfollow them because it's just going to make me sad.
There.
But we did get to go there twice. I did get the hot burger the first time, which was a bit of
mistake.
Huge mistake. It was so fucking hot, and I was not in the game for that. I was not ready for that. But it was amazing, and then the second time I went back and got the full pat. It was amazing. The milkshakes were there, were to die for. And again, we just scratched the surface there. We didn't even get close to how much amazing things I'm sure they offer.
They have a huge menu, and sometimes when you see places have such a big menu, you think the quality's not going to be there, but it was. Both of my burgers that I got were delicious. I devoured them, and we got milkshakes, good quality food. And
again, just from the socials and going there, just the vibe I get, like the owner's right there, it's pretty present and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like that feel of places like that. They're all about the locals and just bring up their brand, which was really great. And unfortunately, we won't be able to go there for a long time.
Unless they decide to move to Brisbane, then we'll be there every other day.
No.
Alright, so if you're ever in Darwin or Palmerston, check out District North if you love burgers. They also do fried chicken.
They do fried chicken snack packs. Again, like I said, I didn't get to even scratch the surface. Yeah. They sound amazing. It's like fried chicken with garlic.
Okay.
And now they do wings and yeah.
We loved it. We went there twice. So good. Alright, next we have the Mataranka BP. The Mataranka BP.
Where?
A BP. Like a fuel station.
Servo. Food. What?
Yeah. So good. In Mataranka, Northern Territory, middle of nowhere.
Unfortunately, Mataranka anymore doesn't have a bakery, but this BP is a bakery, and they've got a bakery inside the BP. So go there for the best pies I think I've had in the Territory. Were amazing. and their donuts. And JD even got a chicken burger there, and that was really good for the price.
So good.
Yeah, so
like it was a chicken schnitzel burger, and they brought it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
But mainly the pies and the donuts. Like we nearly couldn't stop. We nearly stopped every time to get a donut.
Yeah.
And we drove through there about 3 or 4
donuts
times.
this size.
Yeah.
But the dough is actually yummy.
Yeah.
And in Mataranka, like pretty much every fuel station, like come get the best pies. We don't know which one's the best one because we went to the BP first, and we only ever went back to the BP.
No, but I got fuel at the other one, and they definitely were not as close as good as these
You didn't
pies.
try it?
No, I could see it though. I looked at it.
Anyway, the BP at Mataranka. Good food. Alright, where am I looking? Alice Springs Brewery, we've already touched this. We liked the beers, but Jake loved
The buffalo chicken wings. So I'm not really saying this is even the best food, but these were the best buffalo wings I've ever had.
And the vibe of the place was just super cool. Like it's a brewery, so it's
unfortunately,
it's hip.
mainly it was pizzas on the menu, and we weren't vibing pizzas, and we get pizza. They did look good, what I saw, but the buffalo wings I got was the best buffalo sauce I've had in a long time.
I think even I liked them.
So not too spicy for Jane, eventually.
Too spicy, but the flavour was yum.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the menu, like I wasn't
Pizzas and entrees, and yeah. Unfortunately, we only got wings. I know always we were going to get wings, but we also were going to get empanadas, but they had none. Or they were redoing their menu or something, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then we chose the GYO Japanese Tapas Bar and Restaurant at Townsville. This is where we went with Han and Dee before we went to the football. I was like, I need sushi. I need it. And I got it.
You did? You went all out of the sushi.
I got like a sashimi or sushi platter or something. Yeah. And well, you got ramen, I think? You got some sort of, you wanted ramen, but you got these
Karagi curry.
You just got rice and chicken.
But it was really good.
But it was so good. And Han and Dee really loved their meals too. And again, the vibe of the place was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cute. Good.
I think, I'm not usually the person that would splurge on a sushi platter for myself. So that must mean that the prices weren't horrible too, so that's good. Yeah, alright, let's speed it up. The Hot Tamale in Darwin. Hot Tamale.
Mexican restaurant. Probably one of the best Mexican restaurants I've ever been to.
Ever.
It would be hard to say not the first. Off the top of my head, it was just amazing.
So good.
The sort of foods they did, but they did really, really well. And then, yeah, the margaritas and the beers.
The amount of
and
cocktails.
The tequilas, it was great. But the food was amazing.
This is where we went for my birthday in Darwin. It's on the waterfront, so it's stunning. You expect it to be, ridiculously priced if it's on a waterfront in a big city, but it's not. And the Mexican food was Mexican food quality.
It was great.
It was great. So go to Hot Tamale if you're ever in Darwin. And then churro time in Cairns. So when we were in Cairns, we went out for dinner and we went to this chicken place. I didn't really love the feel. This was after we went to
we ate out a lot of
Prawn Star. Okay, this night we went to Prawn Star, which is a boat where we had oysters. And then we went to this chicken place for dinner, and Jake got a whole bunch of hot chicken. And then, for dessert, the highlight were churro time.
I think maybe a highlight because at the 2 food places we got, at Prawn Star we only got oysters, and we didn't get the rest of it. We was just seafood on trawlers. It was amazing. Go there. I don't know about this churro time. Go there. And the chicken place was amazing, but I got spicy chicken, which was really spicy, so I didn't really enjoy it. But they were amazing. It was so cool, in my opinion. They had good beer, good bar. It was good fun. You take the boys there, watch some footy there.
Yeah, it's a fun place.
Yeah, fun place with good fried chicken. But then Jade just remembers churros time. So we went there. Maybe we redeem ourselves after our lack of bad choices, and we got
so much churros. We were almost
churros
sick.
donuts. I think they are donuts, but they were like.
No, they were literally just humongous churros dipped with different dipping sauces.
That's right, yeah. And we got like 6 of them.
6 different flavours.
It was crazy. And we ate them all.
Yum. We killed ourselves. Anyway. Ramen Street in Cairns. So this was the first time we got to Cairns, and we had just gotten off the plane, and we're like, we want ramen.
Because it was nice. It was cool that night. I don't know if it was raining maybe.
It was raining. Yeah.
Alright, let's get some ramen. And we found this cute little place near our campsite. It was really small, just a little shop, so it was like, maybe it won't be that good, but it was great. We got extra eggs for like $1, and Yeah, so we'll stop there on food. There was a lot more
I just want to
food.
say
We might
though, like
add more food places. So
yeah, I might link them if I think of them. But I drink coffee. Jake doesn't, but we didn't really go into many cafes because we just were like, for breakfast, like we didn't want to spend a lot of money on that. So sorry we didn't give you much information in terms of, because we know like a lot of people will go on, oh yeah, go to this cafe and get this coffee on this trip. Sorry, not us. We'll make our own instant coffee, decaf coffee, and have a shake for breakfast, and then splurge on lunch and dinner.
I think we went to 3 cafes for breakfast, and they were all really good.
So yeah, that is food, because food is life, and we need to touch on it. And that is the end of our faves sum up, even though it took us a very long time, so long that my camera turned off. But it's fine.
So yes, I think there will be more WRXXY tour recaps. This was episode number 1.
I doubt it.
What? We just finished favourites and they've got to stop right now.
If you want to know more, please ask us questions. We'll happily talk about it to anyone.
Might just take
Send us a
little while
DM
to remember exactly.
Alright, so we just summed up all of our favourite things that we did on WRXXY tour, and I hope that it gave you a few ideas and inspirations if you were to ever travel Queensland and Northern Territory. Is there anything you'd like to add about this trip and the sum up and our favourite things that we saw on WRXXY tour?
Obviously a lot of these favourite things were worked off our memories and stuff like that, so I'm sure the things we'll missed and we will remember more when we go through videos and photos and places that we've been and stuff.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff there that we have to go over and go through in time. There's no rush or no need to do it, but it's things we'll just want to do eventually. Jay's doing my vlogging, I've got all my wikicamps and stuff like that we haven't really gone through yet, and just broken it down a bit more into depth. But yeah, there were so many things of favourites that we did, places, hikes, walks, swimming places. Yeah. So yeah, that was just touch, but definitely that will be all very great things and definitely be up there, I'm sure. Yeah, we didn't miss out any massive places or things or food, but we might have, who knows. So yeah.
Again, if you want our honest, real life, on the moment reactions, you can go back and watch all of our vlogs and you'll see how we actually felt about it in the moment. And that's it for part 1 of this sum up, and we will see you next time. Peace, guys.